Thank you, Public Health, for that amazing presentation. Hi, good morning. My name is Gabriel Samayan Garcia,
And my name is Julian Calliston.
and we're from the Behavioral Health Committee, and we're going to present today on being more comfortable with going outside again. And so before we go into that, we're just going to do a little current updates on the changes in restrictions and vaccine distributions and what you can do and what you cannot do if you're vaccinated or not. And so if you're vaccinated, you can get together with other vaccinated people and you can continue activities if exposed to someone who has the virus. What you can't do is get together with unvaccinated family members or friends from other households, be out in public without a mask, so always wear a mask, and break social distancing guidelines, meaning that if you go to a grocery store, still maintain that 6 to 8 feet distance from people, and just adhere to public health guidelines. And so for today, we're just gonna go through an overview. First, we're just gonna go reminders and staying safe with Julie, and then how to be more comfortable with going outside again. Next, and then scenario, we're gonna do a little pasyal or road trip to the grocery store, and then grounding and mental exercises that you can do when you go outside.
All right, so now I'm gonna remind y'all of some safety reminders. So even though everyone is being vaccinated, or even though everyone is being vaccinated, please stay safe, which means, getting your, getting your vaccinations. And when you get your vaccinations, it means increased safety with your community. So I just wanted to remind you how to stay safe within your own. And with these new changes, it's important we know new methods of keeping ourselves and our community safe. So since the middle of April, anyone over the age of 16 has been allowed to be vaccinated. When we get vaccinated, we're not only able to protect ourselves against the virus, but we're also able to protect others in our community that haven't gotten vaccinated yet. And then in addition to that, I think it's important that we wear a mask. So wearing a mask is another step when you go out, is another way that you can still stay safe. We've been doing this since the beginning of the pandemic. Another extra step is double masking, which is essentially wearing 2 masks. So for me, I like to wear the blue surgical mask and then a cloth mask if possible. But if I run out of surgical masks, then I just use 2 cloth masks and I wear them whenever I go out to like the grocery store, to run errands, if I have to go to work. And then an essential reminder is to always wash or sanitize your hands. So whenever I come home, I always wash my hands. Right when I get through the door, I kind of settle in with soap and warm water. Additionally, I like to keep hand sanitizer with me at all times, just one of the mini ones. So whenever I go out in public, like to the store or touch anything in public, such as like handrails or grocery carts, I make sure to sanitize my hands after I'm done using them. And then here's some more safety reminders. Because the restrictions are being lifted and vaccinations are being distributed, one of the things we'll be able to do is see people. So I know a lot of us are very excited to see friends and family. So here are some tips and reminders on how we can keep ourselves safe. So one is to keep your social circles small, which is basically limiting the amount of people you see. So you want to try and limit these amount of people, because the less people that you see, the less of a risk you'll have coming into contact with the virus, whether or not you're vaccinated. However, if you do decide to see people, whether you're vaccinated or not, please make sure you take the proper precautions. So this may mean asking certain questions such as like, have they been tested? Have they been vaccinated? Have they been in contact with a lot of people? And by asking these questions, you'll be able to decide whether or not it is safe for you to see people. So like friends, family, coworkers, etc. If they have been fully vaccinated or recently tested negative and have not been seeing a lot of people, then it is somewhat safer for you to see people within your small social circle. But because of this, only visit people when absolutely necessary or absolutely needed, or when you feel confident that it is safe and you're ready to kind of take that risk to see everyone else. And here are some suggestions to maximize your safety. One of them is to gather outside, to stay masked, and to stay 6 feet apart. And because of this, I just want to give you guys some examples of safer social interactions. In other words, like what can you do with others that are safe and fun? So a popular activity to do is to go to the park and have a picnic. By being outside, air is able to circulate better and you'll be able to get some sun and some fresh air, which helps you stay healthy. Additionally, parks are really big. So you have the space to spread out 6 feet and keep apart and be socially distant. So also, wear masks, bring hand sanitizer, and bring in your own food. You can lower the risk of spreading the virus, but you're also able to see your families, friends, and share a meal together. Another way to do this, or another activity that you can also do, is meeting up with a friend at the park. So you can stay masked and you and your friend can take a walk around the park. Maybe you want to go on a hike in the forest, or you want to go on a bike ride throughout the city. The most easiest option, I would say, is just walking at the park. You both can stay 6 feet apart between yourselves and others when possible. And when you walk around the parks, you may be able to do the next activity, which is eating outdoors at a restaurant. So because of the restrictions, a lot of restaurants are offering outdoor eating right now or outdoor dining. This has become a very popular activity because restaurants have been trying very hard to stay safe and to stay open during the pandemic. So they've been disinfecting all materials and furniture, staying masked, and keeping everyone socially distant. So just a couple of reminders that if you do decide to do this, just to wash your hands before you eat or sanitize your hands before you enter the restaurant. Keep your mask on when you're not eating and always be kind to the staff.
Yeah, and so next up, before we do a little pasyal to the grocery store, we just wanted to do a little reminder. So before you leave the house, what essentials do you bring before you leave? So, so what do you bring in your goodie bag? So first, extra mask. So you see that person right there wearing a beautiful green mask. She's ready to go outside, ready to have fun. And then hand sanitizer, always have that in your goodie bag. It's always essential, whenever you touch something that's foreign, like a trash can, a door to go enter a room or a store, always have that hand sanitizer ready. A whistle, just in case you feel like someone's following you, or like you feel uncomfortable at some places, or like there's a weird alley, and you want people to hear you just in case you feel unsafe. And extra gloves, so you can make gloves stylish, and extra gloves is just like it makes it easier for you to just not touch random spots and stuff, and like protects your hand directly from touching anything. And so I have a little video to show you of what I put in my bag. Yeah.
What's in Gabriel's bag before he goes out? If you're gonna go out o lalabas kayo, ay magdala kayo ng bag. Parehas nito. Pwede din gamitin, or you can also use this little tote bag or any bag that fits all your stuff. So now we're gonna go into my bag. Every time I leave before going out, I usually have a mask, some gloves, lip balm, wallet, and hand sanitizer. Whatever you need. But you can always have more stuff, whatever you need to make yourself feel comfortable when you go outside. And this is the complete forma. Nakita niyo po, ito po ang bag ko. Lahat ng mga kailangan ko, gloves, sanitizer, mask, at ilang pang stuff na pwede ko dalhin sa labas. At I have my mask on. Ready na ako sa labas. Woo! What's in Gabriel's bag?
That was so cute.
Oh yeah, so now we're just gonna go through the scenario.
Oh,
Julie,
yes. Yeah. So since we're going out more, it may seem a little scary because there's more people at the stores. So today we're going to walk you through how to stay safe when there's a lot of people at the store, and how to take safety measures to avoid uncomfy interactions. So maybe you don't want to be in an aisle with a bunch of people, or you feel really overwhelmed because there's so many people and you feel like it's not very safe. So for today, the question we want y'all to think about is what would you do if you saw someone you knew in person for the first time in a while? So say you bump into a friend at the grocery store, or you see some people that you used to know. So some possible answers, maybe say hello, gonna hug them, are you gonna do a handshake, or maybe you're gonna like do a fist bump? Would you stay in chat, or would you kind of run away and avoid them because it's kind of scary to see people right now and you might be like a little shy. So that's what we're gonna go through today, and Gabriel's gonna help me out as well.
Okay, so with keeping into mind Julie's question of how would you react seeing someone you know, just wanted to also ask, like, how do you all feel going outside again? Going outside comes with new transition and changes to our daily routines, and especially going outside again with the recent news about the anti-Asian attacks, you may have worries or fears about going outside again, such as, like going to the grocery store because of the following things, such as like you're worried of discrimination, worried of being followed, worried because of the past event that affected the Asian American Pacific Islander community. And so that goes ahead in hand again. Would also it takes time being comfortable again because we haven't fully beaten COVID-19 yet. And so it is normal to feel uncomfortable going outside, such as the grocery store. You may feel like public space is still not safe, and that's valid. And with all these worries and fears, so how can we best take care of ourselves when going out? And so here are some grounding exercises that you can use, when you feel overwhelmed and anxious, try to stay calm and take a breather. There are plenty of breathing exercises that you can do, and we provided links and resources in the last slide for you all to access if you wanted to learn any of them. Taking a minute to take a breather will help you out with the stress of going out and just feeling overwhelmed. And another thing is leaving the space is also another option. And so, if you feel that there are too many people in one aisle of a grocery store, be patient and go to another aisle until it clears out. Try to keep your distance away from people and have your mask on at all times. And then lastly, I love this one, bring a friend or family member if you feel worried about going by yourself. It is always so nice to go on a grocery run with someone, because who doesn't love picking up some produce?
Period. All right, and then now that we're learning how to handle uncomfy situations to become more comfortable and ready to go outside again, we just wanted to recap what we've learned today and recommend some habits to learn. So to summarize, try to bring your essentials, just like Gabe said, and then to wash and sanitize your hands as often as possible. Like when you try to go outside, if you're touching anything like, door handle, grocery store cart, handrail, try and wash or sanitize your hands after you're done using them. Always wear your mask. You can even double mask. And then stay 6 feet apart from others. So just, respect other people's personal spaces, kind of like stay socially distant just to lessen the risk of getting COVID. And then here are some extra tips. So just in case, like Gabe said, we really like the idea of going to the store or, leaving the house with like a friend or a family member. And then one thing that you can do because of recent events and just to stay safe is buy pepper spray or a whistle. So this is just so you can alert bystanders that you're in an emergency. I use pepper spray and a taser to stay safe, and I live in San Francisco, and it's a great way for me to feel confident in going out and feeling a little more safe. And you can buy both of these items at Target, and they're very cheap. And both the pepper spray and whistle together are under $10. So yeah.
Wow.
So those are that's just how to summarize our presentation for today and how to stay safe. So we hope you learned a lot from it.
Yes. And then in the next slide, we don't have a lot of resources yet. So if you could all recommend some, and then we're also gonna research a lot this week. Yeah, and then the next slide is just thank you. Salamat.
Yeah. Okay, that was